let me tell you, it was a heated campaign as the numbers rolled in. So, without further ado, let me jump right into it and you can see some numbers and then we can continue the conversation. All right? So, uh, Kamala, let me go over here. And as you can see, these numbers, right? So, the numbers have been changing. I looked at it a few minutes ago and the numbers were different. Donald Trump was at 274 electoral votes. And since then, his numbers has jumped up to 292 electoral votes. So, as we can see, an overview right now of all the states, the blue states, that voted for Kamala and the red states for Donald Trump. It's a sweep. There are more red states than any other blue states, right? So with Kamala at 224 electoral votes, that gave her a percentage and numbers. So for the Democratic Party and Kamala, she has 66,990,141 votes, which put her at 47.5%. Now, on the other hand, Donald Trump has 292 electoral votes, which place him at 71,859,582 votes. So he came in and swept this election. So, as you guys can see, that Donald Trump was not playing this time around. He dotted all his I's and crossed all his T's and had his numbers in a row. He just had things lined up and made it so that he was definitely going to win. So, as you know, that Donald Trump was the 45th president. And being that he was the 45th president, he wanted to become the 46th president. But that didn't turn out the way that he had hoped. And Biden and Kamala, Biden being the president, Kamala being the vice president, swept that election. Of course, everyone knows that after that election, there were some serious issues going on because Donald Trump claimed that the election was stolen. A lot of people believe that elections were stolen. And after that, the January 6th, where they stormed the Capitol, many people went to prison. Donald Trump got hit with multiple indictments between New York and Georgia, trying to figure ways to, I assume, keep him out of running again. But that did not stop him. He had a mission and he said that he was going to become the next president. Now, with the things that Kamala Harris has said during her campaign, her questionable background about her legitimacy as her being a Indian or a black woman, right? That had a lot of people concerned. For those people that wanted Kamala to win, I understand why. And for those people that wanted Kamala to lose, I understand why. And with the same on the other side of the token, for those people who wanted Donald Trump to win, I understand why. And for those people who wanted him to lose, I understand why. But here we are. Here we are. So without further ado, I'm going to play a clip and you guys could get an update, right? So you can understand what other news cycles are saying. So give me just a second while I cue this up and get it going. All right, here we are. I have it queued up. All right, so let me bring this in screen and get it going. Bring it to full screen. All right, I think I have it muted. My apologies.
Good morning to you both. All right, so fellas, break it down for us. How did Trump pull this off?
So we're going to do a couple of things this morning. Anthony's going to walk through 3 states that so far the former president flipped in this election cycle. And while he does that, he's going to show you some things that are indicative of how that happened. And I'm going to give you some exit poll data while he's doing that to help explain the story. So let's start in Georgia, Anthony.
From the point of view of the data desk, Vlad, it was a story of consistency. Donald Trump hitting his marks with the people that he needed to win. So you can see it on this map, all these rural areas in red. Now what I'm going to show you, now the arrows are going to be big so you can see them on TV, right? But I want to show you the way in which this vote changed from 2020. In many cases across especially rural parts of the state, he did a couple of points better than he did in 2020, hitting his targets with rural voters, evangelical voters. Go for it, Major.
That's where we bring in the exit poll data to reinforce what you're seeing visually here. Among conservative voters, self-identified conservatives, Trump did 4 points better this cycle than 2020. White evangelicals, 5 points better than 2020. White and no college education, about even. But for those first 2 categories, the arrows and the exit polls tell the story. All right, Anthony, let's go to Pennsylvania.
Yep. Now, everybody watch this going in, and I want to show you, because we always went.
And in case you guys didn't know, that Pennsylvania was an intensely serious battleground. They wanted Pennsylvania. At one point, some were saying that if either candidate won Pennsylvania, chances are they would have won the election. All right? So let's continue.
Went out and talked to voters in and around the Philadelphia area and then up into the Lehigh Valley. Again, a lot of white working class voters here, a lot of suburban voters. Now, the key here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the 2020 vote, okay, and compare that in the area, and then watch what happens as Major, I'll hit it.
I'm pointing, he's hitting.
Watch this area here because it's kind of more red, but in 2020 it was kind of more blue, right? So now it came back a little bit more, lighter red, and a little more blue. That tells you that Donald Trump, just enough, swung some of those suburbs this year.
And now let's lay over the exit polls, explain what happened to the Democratic coalition, and it's perfectly illustrated by what you just saw in eastern Pennsylvania. Among Latino voters, Kamala Harris shed support as compared to Joe Biden, President Biden in 2020. Among young voters, didn't do as well as President Biden did in 2020. And even among women, slightly worse in 2024 for Vice President Harris than Joe Biden's performance. That is the cracking of the Democratic coalition, which showed up in lots of battleground states, but most especially it showed up in the leakage seen here in eastern Pennsylvania. Now, let's round this out, Anthony. Let's go to Wisconsin.
Yep. Wisconsin, we called this, well, late into the night, even into the early morning hours. What we were waiting for was Milwaukee, but that's part of the tale here, which is to say that Democrats need to do well in a couple of key counties in Wisconsin, in Dane County around Mount Madison, and then in Milwaukee here. And what you saw, and I'll compare this to 2020, was that Harris got just slightly fewer votes than Joe Biden, but she needed even more because, same story, Donald Trump had run up the score all throughout the rest of the state, again, with that consistency, and that's how he hit his marks.
And an exit poll piece of information that applies to Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Georgia. 3 states so far the former president has flipped. For voters who said their finances felt to them worse than 4 years ago, look at that number. 80% for former President Trump, 17% for Vice President Harris.
All right. So as you can see these numbers here, right? Vote for president, finance worse than 4 years ago, right? So Harris had 17% and Trump had 80%. These are the national polling numbers now. So, guys, during the course of streaming, I wanted to stay until everything was done. I wanted to stay until
Back to you guys.
All right, Major.
they had everything coming in and we knew who was going to be the candidate for presidency. But let me tell you, I was super hungry because I didn't eat. The last time I ate was like 8:30, 8:45 in the morning. And we were now at 11, 12 o'clock, midnight, right? And I had to go put something in my body, right? So let me bring up the stats again. And as you guys can see here, where the stats are, we're still the numbers are still coming in, but we know that Donald Trump is going to be the president. We know that he's going to be the president. There is no question about that. He already won, and he's going to be sitting in the seat as the 47th president. Like I said earlier, that he was the 45th president, but during the second term, him running for the second term, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris took that position for Kamala to be the first female vice president and Joe Biden becoming the president from being the vice president when he served 2 terms with the former president Barack Obama. And it would have been a uncanny kind of scenario because Obama was the president, first term, right, where he became the 43rd president and then the 44th president, and him being the president and Biden being his vice president. So comes Biden now becomes the president after Donald Trump became the 45th president, and then Joe Biden became the 46th, and now we're here again where Donald Trump is now the 47th. So we know about all of these issues that Donald Trump faced. I'm confident that because he's now going to be the president, he's not going to have to deal with these charges, these allegations, these subpoenas, these indictments anymore, at least for the next 4 years. And let's jump over to his speech. So we see how he flipped the state. And so now let's jump over there and hear what he's going to say. I'm hoping that Kamala at some point comes out and give her speech, her concession speech, and let people know her concerns. But let's roll this clip and hear what Donald Trump has to say, and we can get into it.
Thank you very much. Wow. Well, I want to thank you all very much. This is great. These are our friends. We have thousands of friends in this incredible movement. This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before. And frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country, and maybe beyond. And now it's going to reach a new level of importance because we're going to help our country heal. Help our country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country. And we made history for a reason tonight, and the reason is going to be just that. We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy? But it's a political victory that our country has never seen before, nothing like this. I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president. And to every citizen, I will fight for you, for your family, and your future. Every single day, I will be fighting for you, and with every breath in my body, I will not rest until we have delivered the strong, safe, and prosperous America that our children deserve and that you deserve. This will truly be the golden age of America. That's what we have to have. This is a magnificent victory for the American people that will allow us to make America great again. And in addition to having won the battleground states of North Carolina, I love these places, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, we are now winning in Michigan, Arizona, Nevada, and Alaska.
Listen, guys. Georgia, Pennsylvania, Nevada, North Carolina. I mean, these states were like the serious battleground states. Like, they were really, really bent on getting Pennsylvania locked in. Like I said it before, and many of you have probably heard that whoever won Pennsylvania would win the election. And last night, when I was covering it, Nevada, even though they closed their polls, Nevada took a long time to actually get their numbers in, right? Even Hawaii, who closed later after Nevada, had their numbers rolling in, and Nevada still did not have their numbers rolling in, right? So these battleground states are the states that help to propel Donald Trump to be the 47th president. All right, so let's continue without further ado.
Which would result in us carrying at least 315 electoral votes, but it's much easier doing what the networks did or whoever called it, because there was no other path. There was no other path to victory. We also have won the popular vote. That was great. Very proud of that.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. You know, winning the popular vote was very nice, I will tell you. It's a great feeling of love. We have a great feeling of love in this very large room with unbelievable people standing by my side. These people have been incredible. They've made the journey with me, and we're going to make you very happy. We're going to make you very proud of your vote. I hope that you're going to be looking back someday and say that was one of the truly important moments of my life when I voted for this group of people beyond the president, this group of great people. America has given us an unprecedented and powerful mandate. We have taken back control of the Senate. Wow, that's good. And the Senate races in Montana, Nevada, Texas, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, were all won by the MAGA movement. They helped so much. And in those cases, every one of them, we worked with the senators. They were tough races, and I mean, the number of victories in the Senate was absolutely incredible. And we did tele-rallies. We did tele-rallies with each one of them, and sometimes we did 2 or 3 and it was amazing to look at all of those victories. Nobody expected that, nobody. So I just wanted to thank you very much for that. And you have some great senators and some great new senators. And it also looks like we'll be keeping control of the House of Representatives. And I want to thank Mike Johnson. I think he's doing a terrific job. Terrific job. I want to also thank my beautiful wife, Melania, First Lady. Who has the #1 best-selling book in the country. Can you believe that? Oh, no, she's done a great job, works very hard to help people. So I just want to thank her. But I want to thank my whole family, my amazing children, and they are amazing children. Now, we all think our children are amazing. Everybody here thinks their children are amazing, but that's a good thing when you think they are. But Don, Eric, Ivanka, Tiffany, Barron, Laura, Jared, Kimberly, Michael, thank you all. What a help. What a great help. My father-in-law, Victor, is tremendous, and we miss very much Melania's mother, Amalia. We miss Amalia, don't we, huh? She would be very happy right now, standing on this stage. She'd be so proud. She was a great woman, that one. Beautiful inside and out. She was a great woman. I want to be the first to congratulate our great, now I can say, Vice President-elect of the United States, J.D. Vance. And his absolutely remarkable and beautiful wife, Usha Vance. And he is a feisty guy, isn't he? You know, I've said, go into the enemy camp. And you know, the enemy camp is certain networks. And a lot of people don't like to, sir, do I have to do that? He just goes, okay. Which one? CNN, MSDNC? He'll say, All right, thank you very much. He actually looks fun. He's still like the only guy I've ever seen. He really looks forward to it, and then he just goes in and absolutely obliterates them. Say a couple of words.
Well, Mr. President, I appreciate you allowing me to join you on this incredible journey. I thank you for the trust that you placed in me. And I think that we just witnessed the greatest political comeback in the history of the United States of America. And under President Trump's leadership, we're never going to stop fighting for you, for your dreams, for the future of your children. And after the greatest political comeback in American history, we're going to lead the greatest economic comeback in American history under Donald Trump's leadership.
Thank you very much. He's turned out to be a good choice. I took a little heat at the beginning, but he was, I knew the brain was a good one, about as good as it gets. And we love the family, and we're going to have a great 4 years, and we're going to turn our country around, make it something very special. It lost that little thing called special. We have to make it so. We're going to make this so great. It's the greatest country and potentially the greatest country in the world by far. And right now we're going to just work very hard to get all of that back. We're going to make it the best it's ever been. We can do that. If we had to wait longer, I don't know. It was going bad, and it was going bad fast. We're going to have to seal up those borders, and we're going to have to let people come into our country. We want people to come back in, but we have to let them come back in, but they have to come in legally. They have to come in legally. Let me also express my tremendous appreciation for Susie and Chris, the job you did. Susie, come here. Come here, Susie. Chris, come here, Chris. Susie likes to stay sort of in the back, let me tell you. The Ice Maiden, we call her the Ice Maiden. Come here, Chris. Come here, Chris. Susie likes to stay in the background. She's not in the background. Come here, Susie.
This wasn't expected, but I just want to thank, obviously, President Trump for this journey. It was a great one, and he's a hell of a candidate. And he's going to be a hell of a great 47th president. And this team that we had, the best team, and of course, even my boss, Susie Wiles, the best. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, Susie. Look at her, she's shy. I've never seen her be shy before. Susie. They're great. Everybody up here is great. Everybody up here is very special. But the Trump, who did you say? Oh, let me tell you, we have a new star. A star is born, Elon. Now he is. Now he's an amazing guy. We were sitting together tonight. You know, he spent 2 weeks in Philadelphia and different parts of Pennsylvania campaigning. You know, he sent the rocket up 2 weeks ago, and I saw that rocket, and I saw it coming down. I saw it. It was, when it left, it was beautiful, shiny white. When it came down, it didn't look so pretty. It was going 10,000 miles an hour, and it was burning like hell. I said, what happened to your paint job? He said, we've never made a paint that could withstand that kind of heat. And but I saw it come down and turn around. And it was, you know, it's like 22 stories tall, by the way. It looks a little smaller than that, but it's big. And it came down, and you saw that fire burning. And I'm saying, only Elon can do this. It must be an Elon. And I tell the story. I told it last night. I had a man on the phone. I had the screen muted, no sound. I was talking to a very important man, happens to be here. tonight. Very important guy, one of the most important people in, I would say, the country, actually. But, you know, I was president, and now it looks like I was going to be maybe president again, so I figured I could ask him to hold. So I asked him to hold, and especially because you're going to be president again, they hold. So I took the phone down, and I'm looking at the screen. I'm seeing this crazy thing that's going around and coming down. It looks like it's going to crash into the gantry. And I said, oh, no. And I said, do me a favor, do you mind holding for a couple of minutes? I want to see this. I thought it was a space-age movie or something. I put the phone down. Bad part, I didn't pick it up for 45 minutes, and he was holding. But this spaceship came down, and I saw those engines firing, and it looked like it was over. It was going to smash, and then I saw the fire pour out from the left side, and I put it straight, and it came down so gently, and then it wrapped those arms around it, and it held it, and just like you hold your baby at night, your little baby. And it was a beautiful thing to see, and I called Elon. I said, Elon, was that you? He said, yes, it was. I said, who else can do that? Can Russia do it? No. Can China do it? No. Can the United States do it other than you? No, nobody can do that. I said, that's why I love you, Elon. That's great. And you know, when we had the tragic Hurricane Helene, and it hit North Carolina, they were really devastated, the water. This was a big water, as big as we've ever seen, water hurricane. It built lakes out of nothing. Fields became lakes, and the danger was unbelievable. And the people from North Carolina came to me and they said, would it be possible, at all possible, for you to speak to Elon Musk? We need Starlink. I said, what's Starlink? It's a form of communication. So I called Elon, and I'll tell you what, he had, and it was very dangerous. People would die. They had no communication. All the wires were down. I called Elon Musk. I said, Elon, you have something called Starlink. Is that right? Yes, I do. What the hell is it? He said, it's a communication system that's very good. I said, Elon, they need it really, really badly in North Carolina. Can you get it? He had that there so fast. It was incredible. So, and it was great. It saved a lot of lives. He saved a lot of lives. But he's a character. He's a special guy. He's a super genius. We have to protect our geniuses. We don't have that many of them. We have to protect our super geniuses. I want to thank some of the guys. You know, we have up here today the U.S. Open champion. He's
Big ups to Elon. Big ups to Elon. Sorry about that. Big thumb, big fingers. Sorry about that. But big ups to Elon. And let me tell you, when you have a person like that in your pocket, by your side, however, whatever idioms are used to describe a person that you know you can count on, your wingman, whatever colloquial terms or idioms that's used to describe a person you know you can count on, that's a diamond. That's a gold mine. All right? So let's get back to it.
fantastic golfer, slightly longer than me. It's a ball a little bit longer than me. Just a little bit. Bryson DeChambeau is up here someplace. What happened to Bryson? Where is he? Bryson! Oh, he was shot. He's hitting balls. Oh, he's on the way. He's hitting balls. Bryson. Oh, look at him. He's got a great career going. Great U.S. Open, Bryson. That's a fantastic job. And we also have a Mandana White who has done some job. He's a tough guy. So Dana started UFC and came to me, do you mind if I use your, nobody wanted to give him a rinse because they said it's a rough sport, a little rough. And I helped him out a little bit, and I went And they said, this is the roughest sport I've ever seen, but I began to like it, and he loved it, and nobody's done a better job in sports. And you know, he's a very motivational kind of a guy, what he does. He gets these fighters, and they really go at it. And it's become one of the most successful sports enterprises anywhere at any time. It's doing so well. I'd like to ask Danny just to say a couple of words, because people love to hear from him.
Nobody deserves this more than him, and nobody deserves this more than his family does. This is what happens when the machine comes after you. What you've seen over the last several years, this is what it looks like. Couldn't stop him. He keeps going forward. He doesn't quit. He's the most resilient, hard-working man I've ever met in my life. His family are incredible people. This is karma, ladies and gentlemen. He deserves this. They deserve it as a family. I want to thank some people real quick. I want to thank the Nelt boys, Aiden Ross, Theo Vaughn, Bustin' with the Boys, and last but not least, the mighty and powerful Joe Rogan. And thank you, America. Thank you. Have a good night.
That is a piece of work. No, he's really an amazing guy. But most of all, I want to thank the millions of hardworking Americans across the nation who have always been the heart and soul of this really great movement. We've been through so much together, and today you showed up in record numbers to deliver a victory like really, probably like no other. This was something special, and we're gonna pay you back. We're gonna do the best job. We're gonna turn it around. It's got to be turned around. It's got to be turned around fast, and we're gonna turn it around. We're gonna do it in every way, with so many ways, but we're gonna do it in every way. This will forever be remembered as the day the American people regained control of their country. So I just want to say that on behalf of this great group of people, these are hard-working people, these are fantastic people, and we can add a few names like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And he's going to help make America healthy again. And now he's a great guy, and he really means it. He wants to do some things, and we're going to let him go to it. I just said, but Bobby, leave the oil to me. We have more liquid gold, oil and gas. We have more liquid gold than any country in the world, more than Saudi Arabia. We have more than Russia. Bobby, stay away from the liquid gold. Other than that, go have a good time, Bobby. We're going to be paying down debt. We're going to be reducing taxes. We can do things that nobody else can do. Nobody else is going to be able to do it. China doesn't have what we have. Nobody has what we have. But we have the greatest people also. Maybe that's the most important thing. This campaign has been so historic in so many ways. We've built the biggest, the broadest, the most unified coalition. They've never seen anything like it in all of American history. They've never seen it. Young and old, men and women, rural and urban. And we had them all helping us tonight. When you think, I mean, I was looking at it, I was watching it. They had some great analysis of the people that voted for us. Nobody's ever seen anything like that. They came from all corners, union, non-union, African American, Hispanic American, Asian American, Arab American, Muslim American. We had everybody, and it was beautiful. It was a historic realignment, uniting citizens of all backgrounds around a common core of common sense. You know, we're the party of common sense. We want to have borders. We want to have security. We want to have things be good, safe. We want great education. We want a strong and powerful military, and ideally we don't have to use it. You know, we had no wars. 4 years we had no wars, except we defeated ISIS. We defeated ISIS in record time, but we had no wars. They said, he will start a war. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. but this is also a massive victory for democracy and for freedom. Together, we're going to unlock America's glorious destiny. We're going to achieve the most incredible future for our people. Yesterday, as I stood at my last stop on the campaign trail, I'll never be doing a rally again. Can you believe it? I think we've done 900 rallies approximately from the, can you imagine? 901, something, a lot of rallies. And it was sad. Everybody was sad. Many people, I said, this is our last rally. But now we're going on to something that's far more important, because the rallies were used for us to be put in this position where we can really help our country. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make our country better than it ever has been. And I said that many people have told me that God spared my life for a reason. And that reason was to save our country and to restore America to greatness. And now we are going to fulfill that mission together. We're going to fulfill that mission. The task before us will not be easy, but I will bring every ounce of energy, spirit, and fight that I have in my soul to the job that you've entrusted to me. This is a great job. There's no job like this. This is the most important job in the world. Just as I did in my first term, we had a great first term, a great, great first term. I will govern by a simple motto: promises made, promises kept. We're going to keep our promises. Nothing will stop me from keeping my word to you, the people. We will make America safe, strong, prosperous, powerful, and free again. And I'm asking every citizen all across our land to join me in this noble and righteous endeavor. That's what it is. It's time to put the divisions of the past 4 years behind us. It's time to unite. And we're going to try. We're going to try. We have to try. And it's going to happen. Success will bring us together. I've seen that. I've seen that. I saw that in the first term when we became more and more successful. People started coming together. Success is going to bring us together, and we are going to start by all putting America first. We have to put our country first for at least a period of time. We have to fix it, because together we can truly make America great again for all Americans. So I want to just tell you what a great honor this is. I want to thank you. I will not let you down. America's future will be bigger, better, bolder, richer, safer, and stronger than it has ever been before. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. So that was the speech after winning the 2024 presidential. 2024 was the year that he won the presidency, and then he's going to serve from 2025 until, so for 4 years. So 25, 26, 27, 28. 4 years. All right. So for those of you that despise him, you have to live with it for 4 years. For those of you that love him, you're going to be ecstatic for 4 years. Hopefully he doesn't disappoint you. And the ones that is already disappointed, hopefully you're not tragically disappointed to where you leave the country or do some harm to someone else. So, again, that was the speech. And Donald Trump is now the 47th president that will be sworn in a few weeks. And there it is, guys. So with that being said, as I always like to say in closing, question everything. Because if you don't, you may fall for anything. Thank you. Have a good day. Think and say.